Up next, Christine Ebersol and the Beals of Grey Gardens have arrived on Broadway. Welcome back to Muse. Big Edie and Little Edie Beal, Jackie Kennedy Onassis's outlandish aunt and cousin, returned into cult figures by the documentary Grey Gardens. Now Christine Ebersol brings the Beals to Broadway.
I saw the documentary actually independently of being asked to do the part.
You're not Czechoslovakian.
And I absolutely became obsessed with it.
She knows she sings so badly that she had to wiggle about 20 times.
Mr. Max Gordon, you've heard of him, haven't you? He discovered Judy Holliday, and he said I was much funnier.
Well, you haven't been funny today, boy.
They look like European royalty. And then to see them living in the conditions that they're living with, it's so mysterious. I couldn't stop watching it. They didn't put on any airs. They didn't apologize.
Living on Long Island in a garbage-ridden, filthy 28-room house with...
I was kind of overwhelmed by the mystery. The house seemed to be a haunted house, which turned out to be true. It had all kinds of memories. They were recluses, okay. But they were ready to share their hearts and souls to the world.
You know, they can get you in East Hampton for wearing red shoes on a Thursday.
I don't know whether you know that. I mean, do you know that? Grey Gardens!
Mystery is the operative word. The play goes back to a possible, even probable turning point in 1941.
We're going places.
She did actually date Joe Kennedy. She met the parents. And there's a new book coming out that also reveals her great love for Joe Kennedy and that she was going to the White House. I think I have a strong identification with both of the characters, so I didn't have to dig too deep, really. It's just really the greatest fulfillment I have had in my career.
And I was going to hang the bird cage right here.
It feels like I'm channeling her, too.
A bird cage for a bird. Then there are the other parallels.
What? I fed the cat!
I think the parallels would be that I'm absolutely crazy about my mother, too.
Tea for two and two for tea.
There's lots of singing that goes on in the house. We don't have raccoons, though. We do have cats and dogs and guinea pigs. And my mother. 3 children and my husband. Yeah. So they're all there. It's a very lively household.
It's almost as if Grey Gardens was just waiting for a musical to happen.
They were always breaking into song. That was so much of their life, and that way it seems so fitting that it would be made into a musical. I see them as heroic, really. It's such a glimpse into humanity and compassion for human suffering.
As Edie puts it, we're staunch characters, right?
And I tell you, if there's anything worse than a staunch woman.
They lived sort of in a gilded cage in a way. And when everything went away, all the glamour and the money and all that went away, they still were unapologetic. They found some kind of strange freedom within all of that.
They truly loved each other, and but in a true love relationship, there are ups and downs.
The film and play leave off in 1976.
Edie lived so many years after her mother. She was more part of the outside world after her mother left. She died 4 years ago, and not so long before she died, I got one of the last letters, and at the top of the letter she wrote, "Long overdue love letter."
Another winter.
I think they see it all. I think they're very much a part of this production, and I think they're having a ball, and I think they're loving it.
You can't have your cake and eat it.
Oh, yes, I did.
And I'll eat the cake I have.
Grey Gardens opened this week at the Walter Kerr Theater.